Welcome back on the Good Morning Artesia radio show. And our next segment coming up, we're going to ask the question that all of Artesia is wanting to know. Did Lindsey touch any of the mural project at the Ocotillo? Or did they keep her away so that they can get it done and have it be finished?
Okay, to be fair, I did paint like one little yellow thing.
Okay.
But hey, George Casey got back there too. I've even got pictures of it if you want some.
Oh, the Irish comedian.
Yeah.
He got to paint on the wall.
Yeah,
huh?
he definitely got to paint on the wall.
Yeah.
I don't think you want to see my prescription discount card.
Well, actually, I do. No.
So there's George.
So there he is. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, great. Did he have a good time?
I think he did have a good time, so.
Good. And
He even sent me a really sweet text and said, Lindsey, you're a rose among thorns. And I was like, yeah, I just hope that it was in regards to sending him his check. And I said, yeah, I just hope the squirrel eating the rose in my brains actually remember to put the check inside the envelope.
Or you could walk into the office at the Ocotillo and go to Candace and say, you're a thorn, and you could go to... You don't think that's what he meant, do you? No.
No, because he said the same thing to Candace. I guess we're all just a field of roses that have been dethorned in the building.
There
I don't know about that, though.
Well, a couple things I want to talk to you about today. Art in the Park starts tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Everything all coming together, looking good for all that?
Yes, it is. We have roughly 83 to 85 vendors spanning over about 100 spaces because we have a few folks that need double, triple booth spaces, and so we're excited.
Okay.
We're kind of nervous, but because we did not expect it to triple this year, but hey, we're really excited to see everybody come out, and it seems like the vast majority of people are super, super excited. So
good.
Yeah.
So vendors will start coming into town and setting up tomorrow.
Well, actually, tomorrow morning. Oh my God, my brain is
tomorrow morning, because tomorrow's Friday.
Yeah,
and
tomorrow
then
morning, 8 o'clock.
And then it opens to the public
at 4 p.m.
4 p.m.
Yep, and we will close at 9 p.m.
Close at 9, and you've got some entertainment lined up.
Yeah, we'll have the high school band out there on Saturday. Hey, you'll be out there.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, I've got to bring the trailer out tomorrow morning. So I'll be getting with you on that so we can get it parked as long as you've got security.
We do have security.
Excellent. Yes. I'm not doing that anymore. We had
And hey, for anybody who wants to know, we hired N7 security out of Roswell.
Out of Roswell. Okay.
I will apologize. Apparently, I got some water stuck in my throat.
I hope that's
I promise it's not COVID. Yeah, I know. Here.
So what time? So it opens up at
4 p.m.
4 p.m. to 9 on Friday, and then what are the hours on Saturday?
9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And we do have a small handful of Saturday-only vendors. We have officially, I believe, 7 vendors for food, which is like, yes.
Okay.
We're even getting Pop Steiner. I talked to Eric yesterday, and I was like, yes.
Well, I've heard about this food truck for Pops, but I haven't seen it. Is it out now?
Actually, our event is going to be his soft opening.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, not now, because you just mentioned it on the radio, so it's...
Just kidding. Eric, I take it back, man. I'm so sorry.
That's great, because he has some pretty good food.
Oh, my God, I love his food.
Well, who else do you have that's going to be out there, if you don't mind my asking?
Well, we're going to have Kith and Kin out there. Now, they don't have a food truck, but they will be setting up a booth and selling, I believe, some of their coffee drinks.
Okay.
We'll have... oh, dang it. I hate it when I forget people's names.
Well, I wasn't trying to put you on the spot. I just,
hey,
thought you might remember.
2 of our featured artists will be out there. Justin will be selling his skulls. And Mike's going to come out and do some chalk art.
Okay.
So that's going to be a lot of fun. We'll have the Girl Scouts out there volunteering. I believe a contingent of Boy Scouts will be out there. A whole lot of folks just from the community coming out to volunteer and help out. Desert Willow, is bringing some of their animals out to show off to people. And so I think we're going to have a really good variety of vendors and just people having a good old time.
And I think the band Cakewalk starts at 10.
I believe so.
And because I have the schedule around here somewhere, but I think they're starting at 10 o'clock and the Cakewalk and all that good stuff. So, well, good. Art in the Park at JC Park.
At JC Park on 26th Street.
I don't know that we mentioned that yet.
It's over there. If you guys come into town from Carlsbad, hang a left onto Hermosa. I hope I'm saying that right because I'm always really, really bad. If they turn right, though, I'm pretty sure they go off into like a field. So,
well, if they turn right, they'll get a tour of the pecan warehouse that
there you go.
Chase Farms building out there.
And you can take that all the way down to 26th Street, hang another left. JC Park will be on your right. Just look for the white pipe fencing and the brick posts.
Okay. And if you're coming down from Roswell, come down 26th.
Exactly. Just turn
hit 26th and just follow 26th.
Yep, you don't even have to go into town. Yeah, follow it all the way down to Hermosa, go past Hermosa, and yep.
That's right. And
Again,
if you're from Artesia and you don't know where JC Park is, welcome to Artesia. Because you're brand new.
I'm in walking distance from it. I better know where it's at.
You better know where it is.
Like where I live. So.
That's great. All right. One of the things you've also talked about on these updates is your artist in residence that you have at the Ocotillo. This month has been our next guest, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, introduce the artist in residence here.
So our featured artist this month is Kirsten Mauritsen. She is a local, and we were super excited to have her. So that was Elizabeth Jackson's suggested her. I actually own one of her pieces already.
Really?
And I bought another one. So
did you know this before you met her? I mean,
yes,
okay,
yes, I did.
All right.
I've known Kirsten, and I got to know each other back in 2018. We were both doing NaNoWriMo writing classes and stuff at the library, and we've kind of like we struck up a friendship. We kind of talked to each other off and on, and now she's featuring, and I'd never seen her paintings before. She does these really great, amazing, they kind of look like the old style quilt squares, and they're just wood plaques, and she paints them, and she does different styles of painting, like pour and just, and like different, what is on my face? I have no idea what just tried to crawl in my mouth. Wow.
Well, it's not from here. You brought that with you.
Apparently so. I swear I put on deodorant today. Hang on, let me check. No. Long story short, she does these really great wooden plaques. I loved them. I bought one probably about 2 years ago when we still were doing like the Christmas boutique. And then Elizabeth said, oh my gosh, she does these amazing paintings. And she also does really great charcoal work.
Okay.
So I will let her talk about all that before I just give everything away.
Well, nice to see you again.
Good to see
Hope
you.
you've been doing well.
Pretty good.
Good. You're from Artesia originally, or did you grow up in Artesia?
Grew up here.
Okay.
Yep. Been here for most of my life.
Okay.
Yep.
Went to Artesia High School.
Yep.
All right. And then after graduation, where did you?
Went to McMurray University. It's
Okay.
over in Abilene, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Did that. So graduated.
Right.
Then came back to Artesia.
That happens a lot.
It does.
Here more than maybe some other places. So.
It does. Yeah.
So what did you major in?
English.
English. And so did you come back to be a teacher, or?
I did not.
Okay.
I always said I wasn't going to be a teacher, but I did get a job at Zia for a little while in the library, so not teaching. So, because I love books, and so it was super fun.
Okay. And did you do artwork? I mean, when did you first pick up a paintbrush or start trying to create things?
Oh, I think since I was super little. We have, my parents, I should say, have drawings that my brother and I did when we were tiny. But of course, his looks amazing, and mine looks like scribbles. And and it's funny because I think they would always say, we just weren't sure about you and like art, doing that because you could never color in the lines. And so I guess it's just maybe the creative mind.
Yeah.
But I did that. I started taking classes, I think, in 8th grade here in the schools. I got a minor in art in college because I was going to take art classes if I could.
Right. And so when did you create something? What was the first thing that you created that you said, hey, I think I'd like to do this?
Ooh, I don't know. I think getting into classes in school and being able to just sit down and try all the different mediums, draw, paint, all that, I absolutely loved it. I remember the first time I did ceramics, I thought, man, this is my...
this is it.
This is it, which I say that, but I love lots of things, but I absolutely love sculpting and all that. And so that would be something I would love to be able to continue to do.
Right. And then
I did just send you
Oh, okay.
like a bunch of examples of what she has at the Ocotillo.
Okay.
So,
Well,
yeah.
we'll add those and get those up after the show. So, other than ceramics, what were some of the other things that you just really enjoyed? Was it the paint, the charcoal, and then you mentioned something about wood, art with wood. So was this just a part of trying different things and?
Yeah, I think so. I think the very first time I did a charcoal piece that I was like, man, this is really awesome, was in college. It was like, I don't know, the very first drawing class you take and stuff. And I think that's when I was like, this is like super fun. I absolutely love it. It's really, it's much better than, say, colored pencil or even just normal pencil, because you can smear it around with your fingers. And it's
and it's okay.
Yeah, and it's okay. And it's super quick to use. So I did that. But I think just being able to...
the contrast in her charcoal pieces, I'm like really far from the microphone, is really good. Like I mean, yeah, like I'm all about contrast, so I love like the dark to light ratio. That's probably one of my favorite things in art. And I just like, she did I think my favorite charcoal piece that she has at the Ocotillo is Parthenon sculptures.
Yeah, it's...
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's based off sculptures in the British Museum.
Yeah, and it's very like, like a lot of depth to that piece.
Sure. And that's what I was going to ask you, Kirsten, is what inspires you? I mean, do you see something and say, I'm going to draw that? Or do you sit down and say, all right, I need to draw something?
I think, I don't know. I think I found if don't enjoy what I'm looking at or wanting to draw, like if you're not inspired, it's really hard to just capture that. And so it depends. If this is really interesting, I'd like to try this, or this technique in painting, I'm trying a lot of different techniques right now. And so it'll be like, this technique's really fun. How can I try and like capture that, or try and, do this scene in this way? So it just kind of depends.
Maybe there's a book that you read or something that you see at, on a movie or something like that. And you go, then that inspires you to create something from that.
Or looking like at old paintings, or I absolutely love watching. It's on YouTube because it's from the UK. It's they have, I don't know if they still have it. It's like Landscape Artist of the Year and Portrait Artist of the Year. This competition where they like have to come in and paint, and you see all these artists doing it in real time. And so
cool.
It's been, I enjoy watching that, just to see kind of the different techniques and.
Yeah. So is creating art, being an artist, is that that's what you want to do? I mean, you think this is where you're going to be, 5 years from now, 10 years from now? Or?
I think that would be super, super cool. It's kind of hard. I feel like I have a lot of interest, and so it's hard for me to settle down on one, but I can't see myself not making art. If I would be able to like do that all the time, that would be amazing.
Yeah. But it's not always, opportunity's not always there to do something like that, so you have to find some other things to do in addition to that. So what did you bring to the Ocotillo? What examples of your work are at the Ocotillo this month?
So I have it's kind of a wide variety. Many people said, wow, like there's such an assortment of different
Lindsey
things.
said that about 6 times this morning.
Hey, we all know I talk a lot. Just move along.
Yeah. So I've got some wood pieces that I've made.
Okay.
And very kind of geometric designs. They do look like quilt blocks kind of stuff. I've done some charcoal drawings. I have those. So black and white. And then I have several paintings of just different scenes. Lots of them are nature inspired. So because that's just what I enjoy trying to capture.
Yeah.
And I think that's it.
Talk about your Google Map abstracts though, because that's a big chunk of it too.
Google Map abstracts.
Yes.
Okay.
I'd had this idea in my brain for a while, and then when Lindsey offered me the opportunity, it was like, oh, you should actually sit down and try this rather than these ugly little things I'd made at the beginning and never finished. And so I absolutely love looking at like satellite images, Google Earth, Google Maps of the landscape, especially, in our area, there's just such a variety that I think it's really, you don't realize it's there because you look out at the desert and you're like, cool, there's like this rocky arroyo and some little hills and stuff.
Or there's the irrigated circular patterns from all the different alfalfa fields and stuff like that.
Yeah, the fields, or even oil fill roads and stuff.
All the holes punched in the ground.
Yes, all the different things. But when you look at it from above, you have these beautiful designs almost. And so I found different areas that I really enjoyed, the way the color was, or just the shapes, the lines, and all that. And I painted those kind of in a little more abstract way, just really trying to capture those shapes. And so it's interesting because people will say, they'll be like, oh, this is like this interesting tree. They're not really sure what they're looking at. And then, whereas there's one piece that has a lot of oil-filled roads, and I noticed people who are familiar with the area were like, so those are oil-filled roads, right? Or like, those are lease roads. And I said, yeah.
One of my friends recognized where the gypsum area was. I thought that was kind of cool because I'm like, I have no idea where that's at. But I'm also not from around here. I'm just now like coming up on my 4th year of being an Artesia resident.
Sure.
So, yeah.
So is there, every artist, I'm sure, tries to develop their own style or their own way of doing things, but are there people that you studied in college or that you maybe don't paint like them, but they kind of inspired you on some of the ways that you paint?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I know in college, just being able to look at a lot of the like old paintings, the different movements. I'm really liking Impressionism right now, where you just have all the different kind of blocks and of color, the paint styles. And so, I don't know. I think I'm still figuring out exactly what works for me, what I enjoy. And so it just kind of varies as I'm going along, or if I see something new.
Have you had a chance to travel and visit any of the big museums across the country or around the world to see?
I have. I've been to the Louvre in Paris, and some other museums, and then I've been to I've been to London. I've been over there, and so it was just, I think it was amazing to see these paintings in person, because you see them on the camera or on the computer and all that, and that's like, okay, cool, but actually seeing it in person is just a whole another thing.
Yeah. So. Or maybe the National Museums in Washington, D.C. Have you been to those?
I have not. Okay. But I do. It's sort of close to here in the DFW Fort Worth area. They have several art museums that are super cool. They have, I always want to go back there no matter what I'm doing in the area.
Yeah. Now, it is kind of a neat experience because hopefully kids pay attention in art class in school, and sometimes they don't because, but then when you actually get to go to a museum and you see something that you were talked about or were supposed to learn about in school, you go, oh, I know what that is.
Yeah.
If you get a chance to go to Denver, both of their art museums are really cool. That's where my husband and I went on our honeymoon, so we went, and he knows I love museums, so he definitely took me to as many museums as we could go to in Denver, and their contemporary art museum was really neat, and both of them were massive. So so if you ever get a chance to go over to Denver and go to theirs, that's really cool.
Yeah, because there's a lot of great museums across the country that some are familiar with.
Roswell.
Okay.
So I recently took some friends for my birthday. I said, can we go to the museum, the art museum? And I hadn't been back to the...
Is it the Anderson or the...
Well, I enjoy I really like the Anderson, but we went to the Roswell...
The RMAC,
RMAC, yeah.
Museum and Arts Center,
so
I think.
Yeah, they had... I hadn't been back since
I just got a membership not too long ago.
A field trip when I was 12.
Wow.
And so it was... And I think they've added on and done stuff since then, and so that was super fun. So, I think sometimes... I didn't realize the Anderson existed till 4 years ago. I was like, where's this been all my life?
And the thing that kills me about the Anderson is it reminds me of the TARDIS from Doctor Who. It's bigger on the inside because it looks so tiny on the outside. And then you get inside and you're like, oh my God, there's ton of space in here.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, yeah, and I obviously just discovered the museums when I moved here, like maybe a few months in, and I like going to the RMAC quite often because there's always, I feel like I always discover something new. So it's a really great
Well,
space.
and then of course there's the UFO museum, but they have some different interesting pieces in there too. So that
They do.
Yes, they do.
And they actually updated not too long ago. We took a couple of our friends from Kansas over there. My husband and I did, and I was like, "Oh, hey, they like upgraded." So yeah, I was like going through there all over again, which was nice. So anyways,
I mean,
I'm
it's
sorry.
called a museum,
Yeah.
but it's not necessarily the same type of thing. So where are you going from here then? So what's next for you? Have you thought very far ahead, or are you just kind of enjoying what you're doing now?
I think I'm enjoying what I'm doing now. I've not thought far ahead. I think being able to like focus on a body of work for this has really kind of sparked my interest back again in painting and exploring some of this stuff. And so I've already started a new painting,
Good.
just to try out
Good.
something new.
Yeah, you think you might want to do murals like the folks that have been in from Florida doing the Ocotillo?
Oh,
wall?
she went and painted.
Did you paint on the
I
wall?
did.
Okay.
I visited with them. Yeah, it's super awesome. And I think, I don't know, a mural's a big project.
It is.
But I think someday it would be fun to.
Yeah.
Like maybe a little wall.
Okay.
A little wall first before you say, let's cover half a building.
I know it is a
paint our stairs.
pretty extensive project, but it's another form of art that that does that. Was there anything else you'd like to share with us or talk about? So when you go to the Ocotillo in the lobby through the end of the month, you'll see Kirsten's work.
Yep.
And then some of that will go to the 510 building for
and
November?
Very apropos because Kirsten is selling her art and she has already had 7 pieces either sold or reserved. So if you guys
You're
want
not
to
charging enough.
Probably
No.
not.
I mean, they're going quick like that.
And to be fair, I did upprice a few of her
She helped
pieces.
me out.
So,
Greatly.
yeah. I think the rest of them were probably pretty, like, appropriately priced, but there were 3 pieces I felt she was underselling herself. So,
Yeah.
and actually one was one I purchased because I was like, yeah, it's a
No,
really
wait a minute. Are we talking insider trading here now?
Yes.
It worked out in my favor.
Hey, I was told
That's
it's
right.
a perk of the job. No, I'm just kidding. But no, like, yeah, there was my favorite piece that she did was this topography piece, and she did in a shadow box, and she did all these like very elaborate lines, and then did like the painting and put it under the glass, and I was like, I love it. And I saw the
sounds
price, I
great.
was like, that needs to go. And technically, it's not insider trading if I uppriced it and I'm the one who bought it.
Yeah, but what price did you pay for it?
I'll tell you after we're off the air.
I didn't mean the actual
number, yeah.
Did you pay the original or did you pay?
I paid the price.
Okay, all right. Well, then you're free from the law.
It's like,
for a
Lindsey,
little while.
you are the worst fine arts coordinator ever.
So, and then have you picked a artist in residence for November? Or is it time? Are you ready to announce that yet? Or you-
No. That's the pop-up art competition.
Gotcha.
I believe Kirsten's going to apply. Yep, if I remember correctly. Kelly Speckart has turned in some stuff. I believe we're going to have a lot of kids coming from different, like the swimming pool does art classes, so I think they're going to do a few things. CLC has some kids interested. And then hopefully maybe even like the library. And I'm definitely going to start sending out applications to some of our school administrators because I'm telling you, I keep telling people I want to cover those walls in art.
Good for you.
Yeah, and a lot of people have been really interested because the premise is a little different.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, it is a little different than it has been in the past. Well, Kirsten, Mauritsen, right?
Yes, it is.
Thank you so much for coming in and being with us today. Can't wait for folks to come by and see what you do. And will you be out at Art in the Park or just as a
I am going to go out and just enjoy myself.
Just
I don't
enjoy the day. Okay.
have a booth or anything. I'm just going to wander and admire everyone else's stuff.
What's going to be interesting is that when the band cranks up, is everybody just going to start walking in circles?
Possibly, I don't know.
I know
guess
they
we'll
will
find
over
out.
where the band plays, but if you are from Artesia or went to school at Artesia and it's a Saturday in October and you hear band music, do you just automatically start walking around?
It's hard to resist the temptation, yes.
It's like, where's my cake?
Exactly. Lindsey, was there anything else we needed to talk about today?
just come pick up your application for the pop-up art competition. George Casey was a lot of fun. You missed out, and we'll see you guys tomorrow at Art in the Park. And hey, what do you know?
Have a great day.
Have a great day, and thanks for having us on, Gene.
All right, thank you. We're going to